We're live.
There we go.
Hello, everybody. How the hell are you? This is Real Men Talk Shit. We have everybody fucking here this week.
Oh my god.
We have a guest. We have Josh. We have Myth, the new host. Holy shit. First episode all together.
It's my first episode with Myth.
Second.
Nice.
Well, yeah, good point, I guess, with him jumping in. True.
So how the hell have you guys been?
Doing great, man.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. How have you been, Verse?
Oh man, I've just been getting ready for the new Pokemon game coming up, Legends. It's going to suck, but got to cover it anyways.
So, do you not like new Pokemons? Have they been getting worse?
Oh no, I actually love Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl. Pokemon Sword and Shield was great. Let's Go is my second favorite Pokemon game because I like the new catching mechanics and the catch combos, and it really spiced things up. But everyone hated it, and now Legends Arceus is the game everyone's looking forward to, and I'm like, no, man, this is terrible.
Catch combos. What is there? A series of moves you can do to increase your chance of success or something?
It is not that interesting. It's if you catch a Pokemon and then you catch the same species again, you get bonuses. So you're supposed to catch 50 in a row, but then your odds of getting a shiny are 1 in 100.
Oh damn!
So yeah, it was actually really
cool.
Kind
of bad luck protectioned it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then they also made it to where you got guaranteed IVs. Do you even know about that?
No, I had no idea.
All right. So the Pokemon have
Last
guaranteed
generation I played was 3, and I played it once.
Okay. Well, the Pokemon have guaranteed better stats and then are shiny on top of it. So it's oh, this is the best quality of life we've ever had in Pokemon. Why are you guys upset?
I'm guessing it's similar to every other game, and they're mad because it's taking the grind out of it. You know,
it's taking the grind out of it.
It's devaluing the grind.
Yep.
That other people have gone on to get it.
Yeah.
We have that problem in RuneScape, trust me.
Oh, I love RuneScape. I played RuneScape 3 since 2006.
Well, you know how it is then.
Mm-hmm.
The community to be griping.
Yeah, that's kind of
even though I play old school, it's still the same. It's still the same. Everybody's been playing it so long they think they know what's best for it, and the community be toxic towards the developers. Probably more so on our side of the fence though with the old school.
Mm-hmm.
Probably much more so.
Yeah, the idea behind old school was oh man, you guys don't like all this new easy scape, pay to win scape. We're gonna make it like it was back in day, and then they introduced Zulra loot and the fire thing, the fire making training. What's that one called?
Winter Toad.
Yeah,
I call it Cheater Toad.
Exactly, that's just garbage, BS.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
I play an Iron Man now, and I think that's a bullshit way to start an account. Personally, I think that's weak. I think if you're garbage at the game, you should go straight there. Shout out to all my Cheater Toad lovers in the chat.
So that's what you're telling me to do. Is just go to
No, for the love of God, no. All my friends know it too. And now that I do engage in it, I made a personal point to wait until I was at the way past the point where it would be cheating, in my opinion, to use that to do it for the supplies. And people still hate on me for going to it. They're like, oh, you're using Cheater Toad now. And I'm like, I literally waited till 99 HP, which is the worst recommendation.
Now there's no payoff for me doing it. What the fuck?
Yeah,
so
don't do
boys,
it.
There's been a crazy viral TikTok trend recently. It's called Sleepy Chicken. I'm going to post it in the chat.
Sleepy Chicken?
Sleepy Chicken. What do you think Sleepy Chicken is?
Oh God. Okay, I clicked on the link, but I saw an image, but I still can't tell.
I haven't looked at it yet. No spoilers, but I'm lost.
I don't even know what to. Is it the Benadryl thing? I don't know.
There you go. So they're coating fucking chicken with fucking NyQuil.
Okay, I didn't know about the chicken part.
Oh, so it's NyQuil, not Benadryl.
Yeah,
I was close.
Fucking NyQuil. And this doctor came out saying, I guess they're a physician and an assistant clinical professor of family medicine at Virginia Commonwealth University. They came out saying that if you ate one of those cutlets completely cooked, you're actually consuming a quarter to a half a bottle of NyQuil.
Oh my God.
So this is putting you on the fast track to becoming Lil Wayne, minus the codeine.
I was about to say, except for it's over the counter, right? Is there DXM in that, like there is in Robitussin?
No.
Because if so, that chicken will make you trip balls. No, then they're just being idiots. They're just taking naps, huh? Sleepy chicken.
Yeah. So this is, from what everybody's saying, it's as funny as the spoonful of cinnamon challenge and as retarded as people eating Tide Pods put together.
That sounds about right. I was gonna
Yeah.
just. Is this worse than the Tide Pods trend? Because some people might consider this more than actually eating a Tide Pod. Like,
I don't know, boys. I don't think that I can't fucking.
like, because I could see some like kids looking for internet clout doing this because they're like, oh, it's just NyQuil, like, and then they're eating like half a bottle of NyQuil.
And their kidneys
Their
are shutting
chicken.
down and shit.
I think this is worse because at least Tide Pods look tasty.
They look
That's true.
like
blue
they're
chicken.
edible, but
Blue
NyQuil
chicken
chicken
looks
probably
disgusting.
looks like it's disgusting as shit. Looks like some Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, like at some point you're like,
Abomination.
this is wrong. You're just pouring a bottle of NyQuil onto the
This
chicken.
is what you
but-
have for dessert after green eggs and ham.
Ugh, sleepy chicken.
Sleepy chicken.
No, I don't. This is another reason that I was skeptical about the old TikTok thing. Was I've heard a lot about these good old trends that they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Now the Benadryl thing, I was already familiar with a long time ago. Very,
Benadryl
very
can
long ago.
really make you trip out. Like people see shadow men and like think they're
You're
getting gang
psycho.
stalked off of like overdosing on Benadryl.
Well, I was not really around during the Tide Pod era. Was the point to swallow it, or did they just spit it out?
I don't think people actually were
I
trying
think
to
the
eat
meme was to swallow it, but anybody who put it in their mouth is getting chemical burns on their mouth right away. So like,
Yeah, I think a couple people popped them in their mouth.
yeah.
That's about as far as I went. Hopefully, some
Hopefully.
idiot out there probably tried to give it a big old gulp.
Yeah,
and
well,
got
this won't
dunked
hurt.
on by science
bleach
because
in
it
there.
ended up
It's
in the
okay.
emergency room.
You just clean my stomach out, man.
Yeah, it's like the
Ugh.
Futurama where he says we call it Caribbean Drano. That's the real Caribbean Drano.
It'll clean you out real good. No worries.
Oh god.
So, what? Okay, I got a fucking question. Does shitting on the game you create content for cause problems for viewership?
Not in old school RuneScape, it doesn't. It's very common. They are very anti upper JAGX most of the time.
Most.
Now I would say it doesn't necessarily work that way for going against the developers that are like the face of it, the mods, necessarily. But I don't know how it is. I don't know how well received that is in other companies.
Well, actually, since I'm just going through this right now, I'm like shitting on Pokemon Legends. It's bad for viewership because I'm offending people that are really looking forward to the game. They're just like, well, I'm done here. But then with Pokemon Sword and Shield, if you shit on that, you got millions of views. And I was the one defending it, and that was bad for my viewership. So really, you just can't make a good decision when your community is filled with idiots.
So it's really just going against the mob is what's
Mhm.
gonna ruin it for you, no matter if it's positive or negative.
Yeah. And that goes back to my channel because people are like, oh, Verlisify is just a contrarian. He only says what's wrong for the views. No, by being contrarian, you get people to hate you and then you get less views. And even that's an idiot take because, like, I'll watch a trailer. Like, there's an announcement, the first information ever about the game. And my initial impressions are not dictated by anyone else's views or anything. And I'm just like, oh, that looks cool. And then, like, 5 minutes after that, it's like, oh, look at Verlisify the contrarian. Everyone hates this, but only he likes it. People are
As long
weird.
as you're giving your honest opinion, man. Fuck the haters. You know.
Yeah, well, that's why I keep doing it. It's
Yeah.
like I'll just be honest, and if it offends you, that's on you.
Exactly. There's no fucking reason to do that or even worry about it. I just thought it was an interesting kind of conversation to have because, like, how many people genuinely are like, "Oh yeah, I just shit on something," and then all of a sudden, hopefully it works.
It worked in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like, there's a video of a kid that's just like having a breakdown, just like, look at this tree. This tree texture's from Nintendo 64, and then all of the Pokemon community is like, yeah, Game Freak sucks, yeah, and then like just like entire careers were launched off of one tree looking like trash in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm not even making it like go just YouTube Game Freak. It's like don't watch the video because that content creator is trash. But like that's just like how it works. It happens.
Throwing shots at
But
you.
how come they don't hate on that guy? Somebody might love the texture, and why don't those people cry about that? When he offers this contrarian opinion, but when you offer your opinion that differs from what some people might think, then it's cry fest.
Oh, the Pokemon community is just irredeemable at this point. It's all filled with like cheaters and hackers and just weirdos.
A bunch of people that are like that Sammy the Hedgehog kid or whatever. Your consequences. You must face your consequences. The kid that was freaking out. That's pretty
We're
much.
getting there.
Yeah.
Got to keep going higher. Try it again.
I don't think I'm capable of it. When will you learn? Oh, that hurt. Oh God.
Oh, there you go. You got it. Getting closer.
Keep working that muscle. You'll get that voice acting down.
I don't think that's gonna. I don't think I can get much.
Yeah, your voice is super deep. I get that too, where I like try to go super high and then it just doesn't exist.
I can't even whistle that damn high. I try.
Yeah, this is the best I can do. This is how I make fun of people. That's it. That's all I got.
That the troll voice.
That's the troll voice.
You got to just sound like a frog, and then all of a sudden, everybody becomes Pepe.
Or Kermit.
Shit's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I've been out of the loop on the Pokemon community, if you will, for a very long time. When I was mostly into Pokemon, it was not really online. It was only the trade cable days. Now I was obsessed back then. Don't get me wrong, and I still play through the first 2 gens every now and then. But I'm a little bit behind. I know there's things like Crazy Evolutions now, or whatever they're called, or Ultra Hyper Evolution. I don't know what it's called.
Mega. So you've missed a lot. There was Mega. That was 8 years ago. You're already way out of the loop on that one. And then we had Dynamax.
Dynamax. I've heard of that one too.
That's the one from a couple of years ago with the X and Y, this generation.
My brother-in-law also showed me variants that look pretty cool, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. The Dynamax are cool. It was like, the idea was with Megas, you're only allowed 1 Mega evolution per battle. So there were Pokemon like Mega Houndoom that just sucked to use in the game. So like, this exists, but you never see it because you can't use it because it's better to use Charizard. But with Dynamax, like any Pokemon can Dynamax, and then a couple of Pokemon like super special Dynamax. So it actually worked a lot better. Like everyone could be like, oh, I like this Pokemon, now it's cool again.
So it's a balancing aspect.
Yeah.
Interesting. At least they hear shit like that out, because in my generations of the 1 and the 2, there was a lot of broken shit.
Yeah, there was no competitive integrity, but now it's actually like there's worlds and stuff, and they try to make it to where the game's interesting if you get like super deep into it.
So is there a pretty big lore with Pokemon? Like, do the games continue like at one side?
Yeah, I love the lore about Pokemon. Like if you go on YouTube and watch like Pokemon Generations, it's kind of like an animated version of the story with a little bit extra.
Okay.
Where it's like, oh, what happened to Giovanni after you beat him? What happened to all this cool stuff?
Yeah. So do all the games like go in order? Or there's some that connect with others and some that don't, or are they all connected?
There's Red and Blue, and then Gold and Silver takes place 3 years after that. Red and Blue, I believe, is happening the same time during Ruby Sapphire, and then Gen 2 is happening the same time as Gen 4. Gen 5 is 5 years. Gen 6 is 2 years after that. Like there's actually a timeline. And I love it. And it's me having this infinite amount of Pokemon knowledge is why I have a career.
I'm sure it goes pretty deep.
I wonder what's more complicated if you looked at it, Pokemon or Zelda, and which one's more complicated.
I read the Hyrule Historia for the most part not too terribly long ago, and it was significantly more complex than I thought it was. And
Pokemon made
the
sense.
timeline splits are real. The only thing that I know about the Pokemon, the other day I watched an iceberg video about it, and the only thing that it really talked about that struck my fancy was it was talking about how initially they were talking about how Pokemon were kind of newly discovered, and like there was this new thing, in like Gen 1, this newly discovered things called Pokemon, these species or whatever, and there were animals, and then over time they phased out the animals, and there are no animals, and Pokemon have always been the animals. And I was like, oh, that's fucking weird that they kind of just shoehorn that in there to convince you otherwise. And there were like pictures of Pikachu with like a dog and like fishes. They were looking at an aquarium, whereas apparently in the later generations, now this I think would be more the anime, which is probably separate, of course.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't make sense at some points because the anime does reference the games reference the anime, but it's not as canon. Right. And then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the remakes of Gen 3, they actually introduced a new timeline where they're just like, oh, Mega Timeline now separate from non-Mega Timeline. And then shit just gets confusing. And also, Generation 7 had dimensions and like extra warp travel and shit. So Giovanni went to every dimension and found where the evil villains won and then brought them into your dimension or your timeline or whatever, where it's like, oh, well, now we can't lose because these are all the ones that won. Cyrus was actually successful in destroying the world and recreating it.
And unfortunately, you live in the one universe that he came back to with all them bad motherfuckers. Out of all those other dimensions he could have stopped in, he came back to the one that you're in.
Yep. Unfortunately for him, he's going up against my Charizard.
He gets his ass kicked
Yep.
from every dimension. You
Exactly.
don't win in this dimension. It's the end of the story. That sounds like they did kind of Zelda it then. I guess we now
Yeah,
have
they
to
did.
change the name from Zelda Ingot to Nintendo Ingot. They just Nintendo'd that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nintendo makes everything so convoluted and complicated.
It's got to
just
be
for
too
shits
damn
and gigs.
complicated. Yeah. I was reading that story, and I remember when Skyward Sword came out, they said that chronologically, like, it took place before Ocarina of Time, which
Yeah.
pissed me off because that's like my favorite game ever, and it was always sick to me that it was kind of the first one with Ganondorf becoming a human, you know. I mean, rising from being a human, he starts off as a normal Gerudo before he becomes, you know, like ascended to what he becomes and all that shit. But Skyward Sword is when they were like still in the sky. Link and Zelda's ancestors, one with the gods and goddesses. And that's why in Ocarina of Time, which came out, what, 15, 20 years before, he's got the red hawk on his shield because they use those to fly back and forth from heaven to earth. I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. So
And then
sometimes
you also have,
retconning is actually very sick lore, and it works out great.
then
Yeah.
you have Breath of the Wild that comes after Skyward Sword now. which is
Okay, yeah,
actually
that's
what
a
the
that's
story
a
is.
continuation, right? Well, wait, Breath of the Wild is like in the way future now,
No,
right? Because of the
No, Breath of
technology.
the
of it?
Wild is ripe for Ocarina of Time.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
I just assumed because of the technological, you know.
Or I could be absolutely wrong.
Do you have a Switch,
Wait, no,
Josh?
it can't be because he's the resurrected hero of time. I did, and I beat Breath of the Wild like a year and a half ago, but I borrowed the Switch from my brother-in-law. I'm planning to get one next month, though. I've still got Breath of the Wild, though, and I'm going to beat it again because that game was fucking sick.
How long
was
did it take you to
incredible.
beat it?
I think maybe 3, 4 days on stream.
Okay, it's not
Three
terrible.
or four streaming days, so, you know.
It takes
6,
a
7
while.
hours.
It's a long game.
Oh yeah.
I love Breath of the Wild.
I got lucky and beat Ganon on the first try with kind of. I spent like 4 hours trying to defeat what's it called, a lion or what? It was a lion, the
Mhm.
big bad
Yeah.
Mama Jamma centaur looking lion motherfucking thing.
Lionel's.
Lionel, that's the one. Yeah, I spent a long time trying to beat one of those and had to give up.
Oh, so you're right. It comes after Twilight Princess.
Okay, after Twilight Princess.
Yes.
Actually, that might be which hero he is then. The spirit of him that's resurrected might be the one from Twilight Princess.
Yeah, that's the Hero of the Wild.
So, Verlisify, do you think your audience is mostly like younger kids who enjoy Pokemon, or do you think they're like older adults that just like are still fond of it and still play it a lot? Like, where do you think your age range is?
I try to aim for people around my age that grew up with Pokemon that don't want to
Mhm.
deal with all the bullshit that's going on. Like, oh man, I'm back in the era where if you used an action replay, you were a weirdo. No one liked the Game Shark kid hacking in all the legendaries. But now the Pokemon community like supports hacking because like, oh, we don't want to do the work. We just want to play the game, you know? So I'm trying to like tune it to that. But then at the same time, a lot of like late millennials are still fucked anyways. So they're all falling into that.
Yeah.
And then like I'm getting some kids that are like coming up like, oh yeah, I'm kind of the outcast for thinking that. So it kind of covers everything. But I
Mhm.
definitely don't try to target kids because all that G-rated
Oh, yeah.
shit. No, like I just
Yeah,
I
it's
say it how it
ridiculous.
is, and I want like 18 plus. Like, hey, we're just gonna enjoy Pokemon still, and there we go.
Yep.
Right.
So, what content have you guys been consuming? I know, Josh, you're
Consuming?
pretty fucking busy, but I'm sure you watch some shit while you're grinding RuneScape for hours and hours on end.
I've been watching Minecraft videos, to be honest with you. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm proud of it, but I've been watching Minecraft videos trying to up my game a little bit.
So, what type of Minecraft videos? Are you watching like playthroughs or like tutorials?
Been catching up on SB737's hardcore,
Okay.
which is redonkulous and the craziest shit that I could never even dream of doing ever in my entire life. A little bit of Luke the Notable. I don't know which one of these guys are considered the controversial. I know that Minecraft YouTube has this huge stigma behind it, but I just enjoy watching the shit that they build and the farms that they make. I don't know anything about any of these guys' personal lives or nothing.
Mhm.
All I know is everybody hates Dream. I haven't been watching any Dream videos.
I don't know
Somebody
why
at
everyone
me on
hates
Twitter.
Dream.
I
'Cause he
don't-
lied.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. He did cheat.
Yeah.
Have you
That's
seen Carl
it.
Jobs'
He's a
video
cheater.
about that?
Mm-hmm.
Carl Jobs' video about that was quite compelling.
Well, Dream admitted that he lied, so he did like
So he knew what it was the whole
he did
time.
twit
Then he knew he had the
well,
RNG boost.
His excuse, like, well, I played a modded thing, and I didn't think the files would be the same. I'm like, that. I don't know.
To be
Still
fair,
seems
I
like a
think
lie.
what he was saying is at first they were playing on realms or plugins, one of the two. So they needed a plugin to work, so it would be inherent to the game file when they did it, and then they realized that no, they need a mod because they're going to be playing on multiplayer files instead of having the mod instead of just having the plugin, because the plugin will only work in single player. So what he said is when he was speed running on single player that he didn't realize because he disabled the mod, which he thought would turn it off. But since he forgot he had the plugin developed beforehand, that he didn't know that he had a plugin. But
that just seems like a cop
it's
out.
all
But
word
also,
of mouth,
it means that he was like rigging the content before as well.
Yeah. No, he said that they do that to speed up the manhunt.
The content
So what's the
creation
point of his
process.
content? Like, if he has to hack it to change it to speed up the manhunt, then he's not doing a real manhunt, so there's no value to anything he's done. His entire career is based off of fraudulency.
I haven't
I'm not
watched
even-
that, but if I found
Yeah,
out that SB737 had cheated or boosted in any way, I'd be so disappointed.
He did lose to
That's like the whole point, is that the grind that's what makes it impressive,
Yeah.
is the not boosted drop rates and the grind and the time that they put into it.
That's why Technoblade's still the best.
So I watched this movie, Don't Breathe 2. I don't know if you guys saw the first one. Did you guys see the first one?
No,
I've seen the first one.
I don't
about
watch movies.
It's about a blind guy who's like attacked by some robbers and shit like that, and then he kills them. It's like a thriller action movie. It's just like, I'm going to scare the shit out of you because I feel like it. So they retconned in a child in the second one where he's like, yeah, well, I was SEAL. And then I saved this kid that was trying to be harvested for a brand new heart. And somebody breaks back into the house again, and then he kills them too. Like, how the fuck would a blind dude kill numerous people and save this fucking kid and teach her everything she needs to know? Like, doesn't make any fucking sense.
So it's
Sounds like hot
it's definitely
garbage.
a weird concept.
It was a really weird concept.
The first one's decent, I guess. It's it's your
Like-
average like thriller horror.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a trolley horror movie where it was like, okay, the blind guy's a bad guy and he kills people somehow, and it kind of makes sense because like supernatural.
Yeah.
But the second one makes him try and feel like he's normal
Huh.
and he's a
Yeah.
human being, which is really kind of odd. Because I thought he was the bad guy again, because they're like, oh, we're going to take care of this blind bastard. And then he pulls this kid out of nowhere, and she's like, can I leave now? And he's like, no, you can't leave now. And then her parents find her and everything else. And then he has to kill all the parents. And
Oh, good. That's not complicated.
Wait,
Yeah.
so he's holding this child hostage, or wait?
he's holding the child hostage
Okay.
to protect her, which makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Then why does he kill her parents? What?
Because they're drug addicts who are trying to harvest her heart and kill her.
Oh, her. Okay, I missed that part.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, it absolutely makes no fucking sense. It's all
That's,
bullshit.
Yeah, that's some back writing just to like explain weird shit. for
Yeah.
no
You
reason.
are the opposite of an advertisement for that movie. Thank you for not, thank you for ensuring I won't waste my time with that shit.
I wouldn't tell you to watch it. I really fucking wouldn't. Unless you absolutely love the first one, I wouldn't watch the second one. I slept for 3/4 of it, and then I woke up at the end and watched him kill the parents.
Didn't even watch it all. Maybe it got good while you were asleep.
No, my wife was laying there, and she's like, this movie was shit. I was like, I'm glad I slept then. I got a nap.
I envy you for sleeping.
That's exactly how it
She's
is,
like, I
man.
tried to sleep and my eyes were burning.
And it was too loud. No,
And it was too loud. It was too loud to sleep.
you don't oversell shitty movies. You just fucking don't. Anybody
No,
who
I agree.
oversells a shitty movie is very bad at storytelling.
I agree. Or they're really good at it and they make a shitty movie sound interesting.
And then who the fuck wants to watch that? And then you're like,
then they're
well,
gonna
that
start
person's
watching it and be
rendition
like-
was so much better.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, just tell the story again. That fucking movie sucked ass.
Exactly.
I remember a while ago trying to watch 2001: A Space Odyssey and falling asleep during that 45-minute spaceship intro, even though I know it's a classic, because that was probably the coolest shit ever in like 1970 or whatever when that movie came out. It looked all futuristic and shit. But I was sitting there in 2012 like, this is boring as hell. These cardboard cutout looking ass shit special effects spaceship with the brand new at that time, now vintage sounding synthesizers like wow, wow, wow. Like, this is fucking awful by today's standards. But I'm sure it was great at the time, Kubrick, but it didn't hold up, and I just
all
fell the
those
fuck
like
asleep.
old classics that people tell you to go back to watch, and you just like you have to be like, "Oh, I can, for the time period, I can appreciate it, but
Yeah, you
you're
gotta
just like,
ignore the
There's
fact that
so
it's
many
puppets.
movies that just don't measure up to what everybody sells them as, and I don't fucking understand the whole movie buff kind of thing, where you can go back and watch movies 80 times and still feel good about them.
Yo,
There's
Sam.
there's like one or two series that I'm like, yeah, I can go back and watch that, and then everything else I'm like, why the fuck am I sitting here wasting my time?
I rewatch stuff but only like series, but and it's mostly like background music, like or background sound. Like I'm rewatching Frasier right now for probably like the third
I
time.
love Frasier, dude. It's my
Frasier's-
favorite
it's
sitcom.
such a good show. It's
Like
just-
I'll rewatch Harry Potter every single year, but much other than that, it's like, why the fuck am I watching you? It's just wasting time.
Sorry for the cough, by the way.
you got
By
there.
the way, that reminds me that I got the wand here. I didn't have it out for a while, but
Oh, cool.
I know you're jealous, Zach. That's an official Hollywood Studios
Actually,
wand
nice.
right there.
dumb fucking story. So when I was like 12, we got Harry Potter wands for Christmas, like the actual ones that were shipped from I don't remember who it was. There was like this company that would send out books that had like Harry Potter stuff in it, Lord of the Rings stuff in it, and that fucking the Da Vinci Code. It just had like a bunch of like trinkets from those movies. So my mom bought me Voldemort's wand, and I was like, okay, it's kind of funny. Don't want to get me Harry Potter's wand because that's cliche, but
Yeah.
okay. Now I have a Death Eater's tattoo. So we bought my daughter one of the little guest boxes where it gives you a random wand for Christmas. I think it was like 2 years ago. And she opens it up. She gets really fucking excited. And she's like, Daddy, who do you think I'm going to get? I was like, I have no fucking idea. I didn't look at the box. I didn't see who's in there. She's like, okay, I'm going to open it now. Tell me she doesn't fucking pull Voldemort's wand out of the fucking random box.
Yeah.
Like, Daddy, I didn't want this one. I said, well, you're my kid. I'm sorry.
Too bad. Got stuck with it.
Got to re-roll.
Got to re-roll. You're evil.
Mine's
now,
Nicholas
sorry.
Flamel because I didn't want a Death Eater's one, and all the other ones were cliche. I didn't want the Master one, and I didn't want the Elder one, if whatever. I didn't want Harry's wand, and my brother-in-law got Snape's wand, which is what I probably would have picked. And so I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'll go with Nicholas Flamel. Why not?
It's a nice looking wand, though.
Yeah.
It better damn be. This shit was fucking expensive, man. It was that theme park price.
Oh,
But there was a little
It's like
kid, and it was all magical and
$120.
stuff. You know, they had this little like 10-year-old dude standing at the front of the crowd, and the dude Ollivander comes in costume and in character and stuff, and he's like, "The one chooses the wizard," and the little kid steps forward. He's like, "Poggers," and he's like waving the wand, and the fucking everything's like moving and the lights and shit. Where it was pretty sick, man. Dude was super magical, and he was all like, "I do ask before we begin that nobody turn on the flash for their photography, though you are allowed to take pictures and film." And immediately my mother-in-law's camera comes on. And it's just a bright ass light, just like ping, and he's just like, and she was like, "Sorry." I was like, of course, I'm not getting called to the front to get the wand. I'm over here like, look, I think it was the day before. It was just a month ago or whatever. I was like, it's the day before my 29th birthday. Fuck these kids that are in line trying to hope that they get called to the front for the wand. I want to do it. I've been waiting my whole life for this shit. I'm about to push all these kids down outside, be the only one that goes in. But it's okay. The little dude got it, and he was excited. He definitely pog-champed whenever he waved the wand, and the flowers were like, bzzz. And it was
How much would you
worth
have
seeing a
spent
real life
if
pog champ.
something just exploded right in front of you after you whipped your wand?
If I would have whipped it and if something would have exploded, I would have been framed by the FBI. They'd have been like, "Blue team, go! Blue team." I would already know what was up. They'd be setting me up.
You got the
Don't those-
alphabets after you.
Don't those
Yep.
wands for like Disney World have like the infrared sensor in it, so you can actually like cast spells throughout this theme park and it'll like activate automatic?
Yeah, it's not at Disney. It's exclusively at Orlando Studios.
Oh, okay.
That's apparently it saved Orlando Studios, which was flopping. That's the whole reason that we went to Orlando right the day before we went to Disney, was so that we could go to Harry Potter World.
Okay.
And yeah, apparently it does do stuff, but me and my brother-in-law didn't find anything that it did do,
Yeah.
except
think it
for make
interacts
the
with
Monster
the
Book of
rides.
Monsters spin around.
Mm.
There was a Monster Book of Monsters in the cage, and if you waved the wand at it, it was like blah blah blah, and my daughter shit herself. It was awesome.
So they allow you to recite proper spells. Hold on, I'm looking. With a
Fucking-
gentle
what?
flick of the wrist, you're allowed to cast spells, create amazing magical experiences throughout Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley, and wave your wand to recite the proper spell and watch his magic unfold.
I don't know about all this. I mean, I'm not in Diagon Alley anymore, but
Have you let the magic unfold yet, Josh?
I don't think I've let the magic unfold. Lumos. Oh, damn it. I thought that I was going to be able to do the phone thing. Maybe that's an Android thing. Does anybody know? I held the Siri button down and everything. Nope, this one doesn't do
it might
shit. You
be.
can see that there is a sensor thingy in the tip,
Yep.
though. So,
Oh, yeah.
sorry, I'm coughing so much, guys. It does apparently do some shit. However, I didn't find out what shit it did do. I just
not a
wanted the
wizard.
wand. I didn't care. I would have happily taken a $40 fucking cheaper one that didn't do
Has the
infrared
sensor.
stuff the one day you're at the park. They probably just shoved that shit in there, you know, like
Oh yeah.
cost them an extra $3. Like, let's put in 3 things around the park, and then like it never is useful again. But we
Probably
get to charge
cost
them.
them an extra 30 cents.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll charge them 2 buttholes for it, and fucking they'll pay it and like it. And I did. And I was
$120
very
for a piece of
happy, and I
wood.
paid the fucking price, and I got capitalismed on, dunked on, and walked out the door happy as could be.
Smiled while I did it.
Yeah, smiled while I got it. Looked for a Gryffindor Quidditch shirt.
Meanwhile, you're Gryffindor, 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 and when I get in office, there's going to be Death Eater wands sitting behind me.
Gasp. It's okay. I'm all right because I know how the story ended.
Well, the story ended the only way it could.
Yes, I agree. Although I definitely thought that Harry was going to die.
He did die. He just was resurrected.
I agree. Yeah, that's true. I mean, he technically did. But I thought he was going to perma die.
So, do you guys want to go to Ask Men or Am I the Assholes? What do we want to go to, boys?
Let's go to Am I the Asshole first.
That sounds like a good one.
Let's expose ourselves as assholes, and then we'll
assholes.
give advice.
Okay, so do you guys want 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Let's go with 2.
Okay, so am I the asshole for inviting over my son's ex?
Ooh.
It's a minute read, so it's going to take a second.
All right.
Hello, I'm new at posting since I only read, but I really wanted to know if I'm in the wrong, so please excuse me for any bad formatting. I am 41 female, have a son who's 20, and who recently broke up with his girlfriend of 4 years a month ago because he cheated on her. That girl, we'll call her Noelle, is very sweet and fun to be around. Our family has known her for years, and she's friends with my daughters, my husband, and I, so I decided to keep involving her to bake or watch movies with us. Bitch, you misspelled watch. This is usually when my son isn't around, and we haven't had a problem until yesterday. I invited Noelle to the house because my daughters found a recipe on TikTok. We like to bake together, so I wanted to see if we could make it. She arrived and we started with the recipe. Turns out my son had been dating this girl he cheated on her with, and he invited her to our home. I had no idea. When they both arrived, Noelle was there with us, so my son was angry. Noelle told me she would come another time to avoid any trouble, but I wanted her there. I told her that there was no need since she was already there, and she wasn't there for my son. She was there because of my daughters and I. I made my son and his girlfriend angry. That made my son and his girlfriend angry, so they left. After a couple hours, my son came back home and we got into an argument. My husband told him that he needed to calm down. He was very mad and told me I was a bad mother for allowing his ex at his home. He currently is not talking to me, and I feel very sad. Was I in the wrong, and is it unacceptable to invite her over?
Everyone sucks here.
Yeah, I think it's
This
a
is
little
just
bit of that. But
weird.
how old is this kid too? Like,
That's what I'm screaming. If
I
he's
feel
like
like
24, she can invite who the fuck she wants to her house, and it's not his business. You know, if
Yeah.
he's like 24, it's not her fault that
Oh,
he
yeah.
still lives there.
for
I mean,
real, that's a more of my
if he's like
opinion, too.
17, then it's like he don't really got a choice. And I mean,
He's,
you know,
he's 20.
He's 20.
he's 20, huh? Bruh.
I don't
mean,
think she's in the wrong. I mean,
We're in COVID era though, so being
It's
with
not-
parents not as bad. College.
I don't think she's an asshole necessarily. I mean,
No, I
and she's
don't.
trying to make things right for her son doing a dick move in the first place and cheating on this girl.
See, that's why I'm like, yeah, he's the asshole there. But
If anything, he's the asshole all the way across the board.
one thing I don't like is Am I the Asshole has just become like a karma farming place. So
Yeah, it
whenever
definitely
someone
is.
starts with, hey, new here, I've been reading and I don't know what to do, but I'm just going to say a story. I'm like, she's probably embellishing too, which is kind of assholey.
Karma
Like, I
farm.
don't trust her.
Yeah.
I don't trust the person, but the son is an asshole.
Son's definitely an asshole.
Yeah.
At
but
least
I
from the cheating
genuinely-
alone.
Yeah, definitely. But I also don't agree that, like, I wouldn't want my mom inviting my ex over.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Boomer move.
Like, you understand that we're not together. You know that I cheated on her. Why the fuck are you inviting her over? Doesn't make any fucking sense. That's where I think she's an asshole. Is like you're still including the ex in the relationship when they don't need to be.
It's definitely true, but she, well, it's so hard because it's her son. Like, if this was just like one of your friends and you wanted to hang out with another friend, I'd be like, ditch the fucking friend that cheated.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. But since it's her son, it's a completely different scenario.
She would be more of an asshole if like the son didn't cheat on her, but at that point it's like, why did you have to
Yeah.
fuck up our thing? Because I liked her.
Yeah.
So you can't feel as bad for her, but still a dick move. This is a
So
fucked one, dude.
so surprisingly, not the asshole won 57% to you're the asshole at 29%, and everyone's sort of the asshole is 8%.
I think everyone's sort of the asshole here.
Yeah, I'm surprised it got not the asshole. I'm really kind of surprised.
57 though, like kind of middle there. So
It's a split decision. For the most part.
yeah.
Holy shit! I forgot that I had notifications on. I'm sorry,
Actually,
boys.
if we remove the white knighting going on, done. Like yeah, just break even.
There you go.
That poor girl.
Okay, so am I the asshole for getting my husband yelled at? I found out I'm pregnant 2 weeks ago. My husband's reaction wasn't what I was hoping for. He was pretty emotionless, just asked me if I was sure, and then said if that was all he had to get ready for a meeting. What the fuck kind of English is this? I had to practically force him to say he was happy, and he hasn't spoken about the baby aside from telling everyone on Christmas. We told them that he seemed so much happier about the baby than my husband did. It was such a relief, and the reactions made me cry. I was a big mess, and my mother-in-law and sister-in-law took me in another room to calm me down. They asked me why I was crying, and I was honest with them. I didn't expect them to get so angry at my husband for them to yell at him, but they did. Now my husband's furious at me and thinks I did it on purpose because I wasn't satisfied with the reaction. Am I the asshole?
I think you should have talked to your husband first, before air your issues with who you have them with.
Yeah, she sounds upset enough to where she probably spun it more negative than she intended, and that's what got him yelled at.
I don't think she's necessarily the family members are kind of an asshole for yelling at him, even if the dude's being a dick to his wife. But that's not your place.
Yeah.
I'd say not the asshole, but shitty situation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. You got anything, or do you want me to?
Nothing substantial to add.
Okay, so the weird thing here, and this might change a few people's minds, probably not, probably make me look like an asshole, is when I found out 2 of the times I was very, very neutral and very kind of calm until we actually figured out that she was pregnant and everything else, and it was going to stick. But I was very neutral and not really sure if the baby was going to stick and everything else. So my reaction wasn't as elated or excited as it possibly could have been. So I wonder if there was more problems like that in the past that actually caused them to have a situation where they had to be more toned down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then
Could be, yeah.
then the females of the relationship were more excited and ecstatic, which would make sense because they would also understand the negative trauma of what happened before.
I think the biggest people who are the assholes here are the people who yelled at him. But I think you should air your grievances with if your husband's not reacting the way you would like to see, or it's bothering you in any way, you need to talk to him about that before.
I agree. They should have hashed that out between them before she, you know. I also agree with, you know, what Chad said, which is that she's pregnant. And,
Yep.
you know, pregnant girls aren't always known for, you know, just thinking the most rationally and the most logically at all times. Should have brought it to him first, but they still had no business going out there and yelling at him about, why aren't you more excited visibly about the pregnancy? You know, I mean,
yeah.
What do you say? Like, why aren't you more visibly and physically excited to her? You ass clown. I don't know. So, I mean, I don't think she's an asshole for griping about it, but I do think she made the wrong move in who she griped about it to. She told the wrong folks.
Okay, so I posted one in the chat for one of you guys to read, so that way it's not just my obnoxious reading voice. So whoever wants to read it can.
Well, I want to tell my own story about if I was the asshole. So one of you two take over for the reading this one, then I can do my story, and we can have the tribunal here after this.
You want to practice your voice acting, Josh? We'll get you a shot.
I'll read the next one if you want.
Damn, you give him the long one.
I read 2 of them. It was equal.
Math.
Wait, Verlis, are you reading this one?
No, you're reading it because I'm going to tell my personal story next.
Oh, okay. Okay, after that. All right. What is WIBTA?
Will I be?
Will I be? Okay, it's future tense. Okay. Yeah. Will I be the asshole if I got a tattoo against my friend, her wishes? Zach, you're picking these ones on purpose. What the fuck does that mean? If I got a tattoo against my friend, her wishes?
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense, but the story was good.
I guess my friend's wishes, I guess.
Let me just read. Yeah, I guess. Me, 25 female, and Jill, 24 female, have been friends since we were 6 years old. Around 12 years ago, we formed a friend group through a mutual sport we shared. One of those friends was Paul, 30 male. He passed away very unexpectedly late last year. So unexpectedly that the hospital had to do an autopsy, and we're still waiting for results. Jill and Paul have been in a relationship for the past 6 years and got engaged in 2021. Oh, I see where this is going. The way I deal with loss or memorable life moments is by getting a tattoo. I got my grandfather's favorite bird tattooed on me after he passed away. I got other big life event related tattoos. At Paul's funeral, I received a specific type of flower to throw into his grave. I want to get this specific flower tattooed on my body with potentially his birth and death year as a way to keep him with me and keep remembering him. I want this on the inside of my upper arm. I talked to Jill about this and asked if she would be okay with me getting a tattoo in his memory. She said she would be okay with it as long as it's not on my arms because she's scared it would hurt her if she saw it. Please note that she wouldn't even know the tattoo was for him if I hadn't asked her opinion and didn't check with her first because it's a flower. I have more floral tattoos with different meanings. I just thought it was the good thing to do to ask her beforehand than just do it and have her ask what the tattoo means after I already got it. I also see Jill about once every 3 months due to us all having different schedules. I also hide my arms in the summer due to wanting to cover scars. Why am I not surprised? So chances she would get confronted with it constantly are small. I personally just want the tattoo in a space that's visual for myself because that's important to me. I hardly see the tattoos on my ankles, so those also have no to less meaning. Would I be the asshole if I were to get it tattooed on my arm either way? Or should I give her say over what I do with my body? And then we have the edits for defense. Edit. I never said I would ignore her wishes. I'm valuing her opinion, and I do personally think she's more likely to see it more often on my leg than my arm because my arms are the last things I will show in the summer. The tattoo will be on the inside of my bicep, close to my body, not on my lower arm or the outside of my arm where she might see it. Edit number 2. I think I'm going to wait a bit and talk to Jill about it at some point instead of making my own conclusions about the fact that she won't see my arm as much as my legs and doing it on my arm instead. I'll ask her if she's sure about my legs and we'll explain to her that I mostly cover my arm. Let's see. All right. Last edit. Okay, I went back through our text and she never even gave a placement suggestion. She literally said, where would you want it then? Because it's totally up to you what you get tattooed, but I would find it hard if I were to see it often. I genuinely remembered her saying not to get it on my arm. Final
Asshole.
verdict, or do we talk about it first?
I think everyone's the asshole here.
There's a lot of
Everyone's
assholes.
the-
I don't
Everybody
think
but
Jill's that much
Paul.
of an asshole because I feel like she would have figured it out. Like, oh wait, the years on
If
that.
she got the numbers for sure.
Yeah.
If
like,
they were engaged.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna know the numbers.
So that's why I'm thinking like the author is the asshole because she's trying to be so defensive about it. Well,
Oh, the
I
author is
wouldn't do this.
I also think, and Josh, you can weigh in because you have tattoos too. I don't know if Verlisify does. I know
No.
Myth doesn't. But I wouldn't get somebody's death date and birth date on my fucking body. Like, not even my kids. Let
No.
alone somebody that I met.
Yeah. Nah.
I don't fucking understand.
Like I
Why-
don't know. I feel like the metaphor is in the fact if there's a metaphor behind it, you shouldn't need such explicit. That's for me though. That's me personally. It's not up to me to tell somebody else what their meaning is. But for me personally, I agree with you. If it's like the flower that represents, that you threw into his grave or whatever, I personally feel like it'd be fine without the damn numbers. If it's all about the personal meaning to you.
Exactly. Like, if you're going to get something with meaning and you're going to get something in depth like that, then you would genuinely think that you would have something that is meaningful by itself. You don't need to put a name. You don't need to put a number. You don't need to put anything with it. That thing by itself should mean everything.
Right.
That you don't have to explain. It's just, I got a flower. Why the fuck go out of your way to intentionally poke somebody?
She's not
Yeah.
gonna get as much internet clout if she doesn't post it with a death date. Come
People
on,
won't feel
Zach.
sorry for her if there's not numbers on it.
Who's gonna subscribe to her?
Who's gonna like it
OnlyFans
on
if
her
they're not?
Tumblr?
Yeah.
Who's going to subscribe to her OnlyFans?
And I wouldn't knowingly do something that would hurt a friend that much, even if it means like not defacing my body for it. So like, I don't think Jill's the asshole in any way. I'd be like, fine, I'll put it on my ankle or something.
It's also worth noting that the girl asked her opinion, and when she said no, she was like, "Bitch, please." You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, why'd you ask
Exactly.
then?
Yeah.
Why'd you ask if you ain't
It's
gonna
true.
listen? Shit.
Yeah.
What was the
Like,
you were
I'm not
just-
gonna put up a poster of my friend's dead dog in my room. Be like, what? You only come over once every 2 months.
Right, exactly.
I liked your
yeah.
dog.
I liked your dog more than you did.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I just have a picture of your cat. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
So
No, I think that the girl, I don't know. I feel like her even asking in the first place was probably just some kind of like self-gratifying,
Yeah, that's really
grandiose,
what
like,
it seems it
oh,
was.
I just wanted to be sure it was okay with you first. And then she's like, it's okay with me, but can we talk about it a little bit? And then she's like, bitch, talk to the hand. I'm going to Reddit with this shit.
Yep.
I'm running straight to Reddit. I'm downloading the app right now. And we're going to find out who the asshole is. Like, damn.
no, this shit's crazy. It's just absolute farming for karma. But I wanted to actually get somebody else's opinion on it because I thought it was interesting because me and Josh have tattoos, me and everybody's actual individual ideas on what a tattoo is and why somebody would get it. A lot of people have that whole, I have to have all of the feelings in the world behind my first tattoo, which then got me to get the shitty first tattoo I had. And that's even worse than yours, Josh. Even worse
It's
than
worse
the
than my
Einstein.
Einstein.
Yep. Yeah, it's worse
Einstein's
than,
gnarly, dog. I don't know. That's a bold claim.
no, it's Tommy Pickles with 4 fingers and 6 toes.
Who is Tommy Pickles?
You might
Zach?
take the. Did
Rugrats.
you say who's
You
Tommy
don't-
Pickles?
You don't remember?
Oh, this is from Rugrats.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
thank
Oh, dude,
God.
I barely remember that show. Okay.
So I got a tattoo from my brother who passed away, and yep, it's still worse than that too.
Did you put your
So-
dates on it?
No, I got his name though, which is fucking retarded. So I wanted Tommy Pickles with a Yankees hat because I fucking love the Yankees. So I was like, I'm gonna get this. And then this is what I get. Good thing I kept the shirt on today.
Oh my god.
I need a
Let me
full
make my-
screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna put myself full screen.
All right.
Dog. Bro, I hate that it's that meaningful, and I'm trying not
Yeah,
to
like you
say.
can't even get rid of it. You're pinned. It's over.
No, I am getting rid of it. That's,
all right,
that's
well.
the fun part. So
Dog.
Not
Are
the
you gonna get
asshole if you
covered
do.
or removed?
Bro, dog.
I'm
Sorry for
gonna
my
get it
face
fully-
when we came back. Oh God. All right,
no,
sorry.
it's fine. So obviously I haven't told this with the current host of hosts and a guest and everything else. So originally he was the reason why I attempted suicide, was because I never felt like I was enough and everything else. So I wanted a way to try and get rid of those feelings. So I got a tattoo of like, hey, let's try and get some of this stuff out. Let's try and get some of the feelings out and everything else. So I was like, I'm going to get a fucking tattoo. So I went to work and made $40. And my upstairs neighbor was like, I can do that for you.
My upstairs neighbor.
My upstairs neighbor's like, I can do that for you.
It was New York, wasn't it?
tattoo.
He's your upstairs neighbor.
Famous last words, man.
So I plan on getting it replaced with the Joker with the skyline. And I will post it in chat.
Gotham City skyline.
I think it's New York, but skyline.
Same thing. Basically.
Tatum.
Exactly. So I'll post it in the chat so that way everybody can get a general idea of it. Copy image address. And then this. Oh, that didn't fucking work.
that did not work.
Open image in new tab. Copy. There we go.
Whoa, what the hell was that?
I laid on my keyboard. That didn't work either.
Whoa.
What is that?
What the fuck? I'm so bad at this. You would
Paint me a
think that I
mental
would.
image.
It's the Dark Knight Joker with the New York City skyline in black and gray. Essentially.
Pretty
Easy.
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Verlisify. I was doing some research and I came across you used to have an old channel for cosplay, didn't you?
Yes. I am
So-
open about. You're not going to dig anything up. And,
Hey, I'm not trying to dig things up and get at you. You know, I'm taking you back.
all right, that's all you can do with me because I even did a video like 3 years ago reacting to my old content.
Oh yeah. So what type of cosplay did you do? So what were like? Did you have main characters or did you do something new every time? Or
You went to the channel. You can see I did Lugia costume because Lugia is my favorite
you
Pokemon.
gotta explain for everyone though. You know.
Lugia is sick.
See? And I even got like super into it. I got like foam because I did like all the, like the foam strats and make these big ass wings and stuff. My hair went down like halfway down my back. Looked like Jesus.
Nice. Yeah, it looked pretty good. Did you go to any
Yeah, I went
like
to anime
cosplay
cons
events?
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to like 3 anime cons a year. It was like my life.
oh,
Caramel
nice,
dance
yeah.
and shit.
That's quite 3 a year. I didn't know they had. It makes sense that they have that many. It's a pretty big market, I guess.
No, there's 3. There's dozens per state.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh yeah,
All
I
those
was in
Comic
it though.
Cons and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if any come to New Orleans. I just moved here a couple months ago. Surely at least one.
Dude, you live in a major city of the
Yeah.
country. What
Exactly. That's why I was like, surely.
you got one of everything.
I'm from
least one.
Dirtville, so I'm not used to stuff going on. You know what I mean?
There
ain't
Good
nothing
way
fun
of
to
putting
do in
it.
Mississippi.
Stuff doesn't happen.
Yeah, Mississippi is like, there's nothing to fucking do. There wasn't a swimming pool or a movie theater in the town where we were living. So
Mhm.
coming to New Orleans, and I'm like, maybe, hopefully they have like a restaurant here if I'm lucky.
You live near the city, and well, obviously don't dox yourself, but
Yeah, I stay in the city. I stay in New
yeah.
Orleans.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
it's a
don't
nice
get me
place.
wrong. I would be
love
fine living
going
in the
there.
outskirts as well. I'm just glad to be here
Oh, yeah.
from Dirtville.
I want to move closer to the city so fucking badly. I live 25 fucking minutes from anything.
Yeah,
It's
Zach,
a fucking blast to drive.
you can't even
25
order
minutes to Walmart.
food, Zach. Like,
Yeah, I can't.
That's terrible.
It's
No, I-
absolutely horrible.
There's positives and negatives to both. Like the city is nice when you can like get food and like go have entertainment at like any time of day. But the country's nice to like be out alone and have property and enough room for everything and
Beautiful
if you're
stars and
renting,
wide
you're
your
open space.
neighbors. What was that, Zach?
But if you're renting, you don't get either of them, so it doesn't fucking matter.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so now we can go back to my asshole story.
Yeah.
And this actually
please.
almost ties into the anime con stuff because this was after going to a furry convention with all my friends and shit
Oh, good.
years ago. So this isn't about the furry con. This is what happened after because we were all like hanging out and stuff and we got all of our groups together. And then we were like, yo, let's go get some sushi. And there was an all-you-can-eat sushi place kind of nearby. So we all went out there and we packed this place. There's like 20 people, friends of friends, some stray weirdos that came in as well. But so we got all-you-can-eat sushi, and I love sushi. And this was also back when I wasn't making YouTube money. So whenever I spent money, I like to enjoy myself. And I like to splurge and whatnot. So I just ate and I ate and I just kept on eating. And I was ordering all kinds of sushi. And I was loving it. Ate a little too much.
Of course.
And the problem is, like, there were so many people that I was, like, kind of wedged in the corner of a booth. And I couldn't really get out too fast. So I just, like, asked for a cup and I puked into the cup because I ate too much sushi. And I tried to, like, wrap it up with napkins and stuff and, like, hide it. And I wasn't, like, being all over, but I was like, give me, I even, like, ducked on the table a little bit, try to do that, and I wrapped a napkin. And it was so, like, crowded, I had to slide under the table and, like kind of go away. And then I took the cup with me to the bathroom, poured it out, washed it out, cleaned up and stuff. And when I came back, everyone was already, like, packing up and getting ready to leave. They were like, yeah, after you puked, everyone just kind of lost their appetite. I wasn't trying to, like, make a scene out of it. I was like, what do you mean everyone's leaving? I'm hungry again. And then everyone was just like, nah, man, we're going. Then, like, the people I came with, they were also leaving too, because everyone just kind of,
I don't know if you're an asshole. It is a little bit gross. It is
kind of nasty, but I don't think it was asshole qualification.
Yeah. Well,
sushi puke is no joke.
I actually wrote that story out and put it on Am I the Asshole? And I was the asshole overwhelmingly. Because they were like, who doesn't know their limits when they eat food? Like, Reddit comments and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You deserve it because you engorged yourself,
exactly.
you asshole.
Or like, it doesn't matter how much you tried to hide it. They still would have heard or seen it or something.
Typical. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
No,
probably should have just went to the bathroom immediately, but
no, I couldn't.
I don't think
like,
it's asshole.
Yeah, I was like locked in. I was like, fuck. And
Gotta
also, it was
do
one
what
of those
you
things
gotta
where I ate so much, I didn't realize it until I only had like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, you weren't like feeling sick and then like hovering over a cup, dry heaving. It's just something you kind of rushed.
No, it was just
like, grabbed a cup.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, who doesn't go to a Chinese buffet and end up having to run to the bathroom and then being like, oh, I'm going to be here for another half an hour now?
Every time I go
Yeah,
to Chinese
exactly.
Now you
buffet,
go back
That
for
shit
the
was
second.
straight value if we didn't have to leave.
Exactly. You eat 4 plates worth of food. You run to the bathroom because you can't hold it anymore.
Empty the
And then you
tank.
go back and eat 4 more plates of food.
Yeah.
It's the only way
I was
that
actually
it
like
actually pays
hungrier.
off.
I think I could have eaten more after puking.
There's that one show. It's like, why are you still here? You've been here all day.
So, boys.
Reminds me of Dimebag Darrell. Whenever I remember reading about Scott Ian from Anthrax on tour with Dimebag Darrell, and he thought that if you throw up while you're drinking and then you were to hypothetically drink more, that you'll die of an aneurysm or something. He said that that's when Dimebag Darrell says is when you get started partying, you throw up, and that just means that now you can hold more liquor. And considering that the alcohol is in your bloodstream, not really your stomach, I'm not sure that I really agree with that logic. But apparently he lives because Scott Ian's still alive, and Dimebag probably would be if it wasn't for what happened. So
Zach, are we going over the death pool this week?
Oh, yes, we should.
I forgot one of my picks. I think. Did anybody pick Bob Saget?
I wasn't told anything about a death pool.
Verlis, if you
We had
want
a
to
death
join,
pool
you are
runner.
more than welcome to join.
You know what the weird thing is? Earlier today, I was actually thinking just like randomly, like this just like sparked right into my mind. I was like, Jim Carrey. I feel like just something weird could just
Ooh.
happen to him.
There we go. It's one of his over 50s right there.
Yep. So what we did was we chose 2 people that were over 50 and then 1 person that was under 50. So I have Ghislaine Maxwell and Jimmy Carter as my over 50s, and then I have Lil Wayne for my under 50.
Jimmy
Carter's a
Carter
good
still
one.
kicking it?
Yep, Jimmy Carter still
We
kicking.
looked it up.
All right, I'm gonna go Jim Carrey, Biden.
Hold on. Let me read out everybody
All right.
on the show at least, because this $5 rides on this. This is a big bet. And then we have Myth, who has David Attenborough, Henry Kissinger, and Young Thug. And Josh has Bob Barker, Eddie Vedder, and Little Uzi Vert.
Bob Barker's good too. I don't think I'm winning this. I think Zach.
Share.
Under 50s rappers. Safe pick.
Yeah.
That's what we all went with.
Copy link. Okay, so here is the actual full list, so that way you can make your choices. but I wanted to read out
Mhm.
our choices so that way everybody kind of knew that we were locked in. Feel free to. This is your last chance to make changes, boys. If you're going to make changes,
Biden's
change it.
already taken on board.
Oh, it's no overlaps. All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
no overlaps. So
Yeah,
I will
First
add,
person
bottom.
that if somebody on your list dies, everybody owes you $5.
Everybody. What?
everybody owes you $5.
Yeah,
Everybody
get me
that's
in on
in
this
on it.
shit. That's some money, and I don't care about $5.
It's like 20, 25 bucks at this point.
Oh
but it's
no,
a W,
no,
and that's the
that-
important
no,
part.
That's
Number
15.
go up.
That's 75.
Yeah.
No, wait. 15 minus 1 on the
I
first
thought we
one.
had a few more people in there, but I can't remember who all was in on the pool.
there's
We got
15 people in here. There's 15 people on the pool.
are they
No,
all
first row is
choosing their
blank.
death pool?
Yeah, everybody chose. I
Oh,
posted
It's
it,
like
man.
All right.
60, close to $70.
All
That'd be
right.
nice.
Plus a W in the books, guys. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't get much better than that shit.
Who doesn't like getting $70 for free?
Hmm.
That W. All right. What do you guys think are the best picks out of other than your own? What,
Jimmy Carter was a pretty
I think
fucking
Jimmy
good
Carter
pick.
Yeah,
is
Carter's a
great,
good
too.
one.
Jimmy Carter was a good fucking pick. I didn't know he was still alive.
That's how you know it's a good one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I picked Bob Barker, and everybody argued and told me that he was dead, and I had to look it up, and he was alive.
I could have swore that I heard that he was dead literally like last fucking year.
Shit, I kind of thought so too, but I chucked it. I yeeted that answer out there, and then I fucking followed up on it, and we were good. Bob Barker's still pumping right now.
So some of the cooler picks that I saw, Bam Margera, that's fucking
Mm-hmm.
fucking great. Some
Forgot
Murph
about
went
that.
all the way in with Hillary Clinton. That's the
Murph
only
did.
pick he
his
chose.
only pick.
Only pick he chose.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Demi Lovato.
Fucking McCringle Dingle though. We talked about fucking Harry Potter this episode. Chose fucking Maggie Smith, asshole.
Oh, bro, you're a dick. Really, bro? Why you gotta bring Maggie Smith in on it? Well, how old is she now? She's got to be up there.
She's fucking ancient, but we still
It's
don't.
probably a
want her
good
to die.
pick, but still an asshole. Are you the asshole? Yes, for picking Maggie Smith. Overwhelmingly.
The funniest one though, because like I can't even see this person dying. I didn't even know that they were under 50. I thought they were like 51, 52. But I don't see them dying even though they've been shot fucking 15 times. And that's 50 Cent.
50 cents under 50?
50 cents under 50.
He's not gonna die, bro. The dude's obviously made out of steel or some shit or adamantium. I mean, he's been shot
Kid's
9/11
46 years
times.
old.
Yeah, 50
46.
Cent would be a crazy one.
That's still a good pick just for the sole purpose of it's an under 50 that's straddling 50. You know what I mean? If you're looking for the old ones,
Oh yeah.
that's a good choice. You got it right there on the edge.
Top tier pick by Turbo though, Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown's a great one.
Is that an actor?
No, he's a football player who went fucking insane.
That explains why I don't know.
He stripped all the way down to just his football pants and threw his fucking pads and his jersey into the fans the other day.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
There you go. Verlis, Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes.
I
is
see that,
probably-
yeah.
That's a good fucking one.
Oh god.
Britney
like-
Spears might be good too.
Who picked Demi Lovato? If that motherfucker.
I'm just like
Oh,
thinking, it's
God,
like, yeah,
who
the
is
under
that?
50 is all
Oh,
like pop
Cloudy
culture.
did. Cloudy picked Demi Lovato.
Oh, you picked Demi Lovato. Fuck's sake.
Mhm.
I should have picked the Island Boys.
Oh, who has Miley Cyrus?
You can pick an island.
Miley
boy if you want.
Virus. That's not a
Miley
bad
Cyrus.
pick.
See, like, yeah, I was thinking maybe Miley.
I don't see anybody choosing Miley Cyrus.
Well, does
Somebody
nobody
chose,
have Miley Cyrus?
somebody
I'll
chose
take Miley
fucking
Cyrus.
Tila Tequila before Miley Cyrus.
Tila Tequila, come on.
All right.
She's-
My over 50 is Jim
That was like
Carrey.
wild.
I don't have a second one yet. I'll do the Miley Cyrus
You wanna
under
write these
50.
down?
Yep.
All right, we got a Jim Carrey and a Miley Cyrus in on it now. Karis is right though. If you're looking at who the Kid Leroy was apparently hanging out with, all of them died.
That's true.
I think my wife's trying to jump in on this now.
Oh, she wants in. She can.
Yeah,
Karis
she can
trying
hop
to get
in.
on the death pool.
The
Karis,
death
is
feels
that
good.
your
We
pick?
almost
Don't pick the
forgot
Kid
about it,
Leroy.
too.
He's not going to die. Karis said I see it happen. Oh my goodness.
Fucked up. The Kid Leroy's music is fucking.
It's really
fire.
fucked to just see
Ooh,
like what
wait a
celebrities
second.
everybody thinks are going to die next. The Demi Lovato cracked me the hell up though. I'm not going to
Oh,
lie.
that's hilarious.
Anybody pick Steve will do it from the Nelt Gang or
All
whatever?
right. let me double dip here, and I'm just going to come off as an asshole for doing this. Let's do Billy Ray Cyrus. Or
Oh,
Miley.
he's
One of them's
double
going.
dipping the Cyruses.
One of them's going.
He's dropping a prophecy on the whole Cyrus family right now. What about that fucker from Metro Station? We're not
You just
swinging
broke
him
his
in there
achy
too.
breaky heart.
You broke his.
You be breaking his achy
that's
breaky
too
heart.
much.
You're gonna take him out to the Old Town Road and
Oh,
fucking
no.
shoot him. Is what's gonna happen.
Oh dear God, he had to
Damn.
say Old Time Road. He had to go there.
Well, that's the only 2 songs he's ever known for.
That's a good point.
I didn't even know he was in that.
Was it a remix that he was on of that Old Town Road song, or was that
No,
the
it was
original
originally
version?
his song.
Really?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, I believe so.
All I know about that is one of the best memes that I ever saw was every single remix of that song playing at once, and the top comment on the video was when there's too many fucking horses in the back. And that shit killed me. I love YouTube comments.
I was searching, is Old Town Road a remix? And let's just go over some of the top fucking things. Is Old Town Road country? Is Old Town Road clean? Is Old Town Road country music? Is Old Town Road a G song?
A
G?
G song?
Like a key?
G-rated.
Nope.
No.
G slur. Not going to say it. Is Old Town Road blank? And is Old Town Road school appropriate? And then is Old Town Road dead?
For G, wait, are we talking like Asian slur here?
No.
No?
GA.
Let's see this in the private chat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Huh?
Hold on. I got you.
We need to put it in private chat.
That's not a slur, is it?
Yeah, that's not a slur, but
I didn't know if we could say that. And that's one
You
of
can
those
say
words that's
gay,
like,
dog.
Is Old Town Road gay?
We're gone.
Hey,
You can
hey,
say
hey, wait,
gay,
wait, wait,
bro.
wait.
But
I
you
got the
can't
pass.
ask if something's
From my
gay
dad's,
because, like,
from my dad's.
Yeah, it's from his dad's. It's okay. It's from
Yeah.
Josh's mom's. It's
I guess
okay.
you have a good
Yeah,
point. but
Josh's
context
mom's
matters
and
here.
my dad's. Did you know this? We actually haven't talked about this, which is funny. But yeah, Josh, my father is married to a guy, and you.
Small fucking world, dog.
Is
That's
your
a small world.
yeah,
my mom's married to a woman. She's been married to her since 2012, I think.
Oh, nice, yeah. My parents haven't been or they haven't been married that long, but
That is a small world. Zach's over here like funny coincidence. No, I'm just kidding.
No, my mom was gay for like the first 3 years of my life.
Oh yeah, I actually think I remember you telling me about
Twitter.
that.
We still have gay parents, Zach, unlike you.
They stayed out of the closet.
the funny thing is the way you two reacted to that, where it's like, my parents too. That's how I felt growing up when I met someone else that had a twin, because I'm a twin. So it's like, you
Oh,
twin
really?
too? Oh my god, that's a
Funny.
thing. That's the new. Oh man.
That's pretty cool. Hopefully you meet some cool twin chicks, and then biologically, genetically,
Okay, have you had
your
a
kids will be
foursome
siblings.
with your brother and another pair of twins?
Yeah, we don't like each
Genetically, they're
other
siblings.
enough for that to be an idea.
If
So with
twins
that-
have kids with twins, genetically, those cousins are siblings genetically.
So
That is
everybody
true.
put their
Fun
hands
fact
up.
Very
from
weird.
Ancestry.
We're going to have
Ancestry.com.
funs for a second. Everybody put your hands up. If anybody gets this right, I will give them $50. Who helped write Old Town Road with fucking Little Nas X?
303.
I have no idea.
Was that right?
Brillis?
I don't pop culture.
9 Inch Nails.
9 Inch
Trent
Nails,
Reznor?
really.
Trent Reznor? You serious?
Yes.
You should have put like $1 million on that, dog. Damn.
If Old Town Road wins a Grammy, will 9 Inch Nails share the award?
I'm out.
Atticus Ross will receive co-producer and co-writer credits for having the hits hook.
So it wasn't Trent Reznor, it was the producer of 9 Inch Nails?
Atticus Ross. I've never heard of him.
I've never
couldn't
heard of that
tell you.
either. I heard of Atticus Finch, old one shot Finch, but
Yeah.
I don't know who this dude is.
He is an
just
English
assumed it was Trent
musician.
Reznor.
Along with Trent Reznor, he won an Academy Award for the Best Original Score. I guess he's a
Interesting.
part of 9 Inch Nails.
I always figured Trent Reznor considered Nine Inch Nails to be just himself at its core. Interesting. I didn't know that he considered anybody else to be a bandmate of them, just gigging musicians.
Yeah,
That's cool,
interesting
though.
enough. Yeah, I thought it was cool, so I figured out.
I just went with 303 because I know that they've helped write a shit ton of hits that like you would be surprised about.
Drake too, with all those ghost writings.
I was about to say I was told it was the other way around with Drake. I was told that Drake wasn't ghostwriting for other people, but
Yeah.
but other people were, you know.
He was getting haunted.
Drake, I'm just saying you could do better. Tell me, have you heard that lately? Nobody Marvin's Room by Drake.
Okay,
Nope.
so songs that Drake wrote. Let's see.
Twinkle
So-
Twinkle Little Star.
He wrote "Fall for Your Type" for Jamie Foxx. Don't know that song. Don't know that song. Don't know that song.
He wrote Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy.
He wrote "R.I.P." by Rita Ora.
I made that up, by the way. Don't anybody Google that. I 100% made that shit up.
What if he actually wrote a Fall Out Boy song, just not that one?
Uma Thurman.
There we go.
I just fucking called it on accident.
Exactly. So let's go into, what do we want to go into, boys? Do we want to do some Ask Men?
Yeah, let's do the Ask Men.
Okay. So they finally invented a viable birth control pill or shot that men could take. How would it change things in your opinion?
I'd take it.
How would it change things?
There'd probably be a lot less unwanted pregnancies, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
probably
be
There's
in
a
a
lot of
better
dudes
place.
out there that are, you know, really ain't trying to spread that seed yet, and they'd be equally, if not more, diligent about taking their
Mhm.
pill, you know, than I think women would be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places that don't need that seed spread that just have it happen.
That's what I'm screaming.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to worry about it if you're, you know.
A lot less dudes being trapped, a lot less single mothers, a lot less fucking people that are having kids for welfare.
So I can't guarantee that it was true because I didn't like follow up on the source or anything, but I saw the other day that apparently some maid impregnated herself with a millionaire's condom. Some like 37-year-old woman that was a maid for a 24-year-old millionaire cleaning up this hotel room he stayed in for a while. And apparently he would have sex with other girls and throw the condom in the trash. And she was taking the condoms out and shoving them inside herself until she eventually got pregnant. Went to court suing him for child support. Openly admitted that they had never had sexual relations, and he still was ordered to pay like $2 million because he was the biological father.
Yep.
Zach,
So
were you
that guy
about-
could have really fucking benefited from taking some oral
So,
damn
did you-
contraceptive.
Did you hear about Drake and what happened?
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. Speaking of Drake,
So has everyone heard of this?
Why don't you lay it out?
No,
brother?
I have
Rellis.
no idea.
Okay, so the other day, a similar situation to what Josh was saying was almost happened to Drake, where a lady who he had slept with, and,
An insta hoe.
and an insta hoe
because he likes to
had
pick
we
girls
say
up
that
on
on
social
Twitch?
media.
they had
Yes.
they had done the naughty time, and after that he went into the bathroom and he put hot sauce in the condom, and when he left and she went into the bathroom, she tried to inseminate herself with the semen from the condom and burnt the shit out of her private parts.
That is the
because
greatest
he put
gangster
hot
move I've
sauce in
ever
it.
heard.
And now she's trying to sue him for
Wait.
damages.
Because her
You
junk
just can't
got
win as a
swallowed up.
male.
You can't.
No,
You
he
either
poured
pay
hot
child
sauce in the
support-
condom packet.
Or you pay some kind of sabotage.
Or you pay cart.
Well, in his words, it wasn't any kind of attack. In his words, it's
Yeah.
because he thinks it will kill the sperm cells that
Yeah.
they can't survive when he puts them. And for fucking all I know, they can't. Maybe that does instantly kill sperm cells, but apparently he's walking around with a pocket full of motherfucking Diablo sauce from Taco Bell just in case he jumps on the gram and Max on a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm trying to think like what would kill sperm cells that also wouldn't harm a vagina.
Spermicide? I don't know. Can you get like just like a little hand sanitizer bottle of spermicide? Carry
Yeah,
that
like
shit
fucking on
around.
Superbad. I got a little bottle of spermicidal lubricant.
Would that work though? If you just like put, I assume it would, right? If you put spermicide like in the condom after,
Shake it up.
yeah,
I don't see
stir
why
it in
not.
there.
It depends on how fast it works, I guess. You know, if it's like something that kills the cells over time, or if it kills on contact. Because maybe it'll just be partially working, you know, or like you have some hot sauce ass kids, but she still gets it in there. Watch her end up getting pregnant, and like the kid just comes out fucking thrown off. You know, what I mean, you got a hot sauce ass baby coming out,
It's
way
half
worse than
hot
fetal
sauce.
like makes fetal alcohol syndrome look like a walk in the park. This kid comes out fetal Tabasco sauce syndrome. You know, straight pink skinned ass, weird looking ass, half Drake looking
Has
ass.
to
Little
live in a bubble.
They name it after Drake. It's that bad.
Immaculate.
exactly.
breasts, though.
Drake
Got them
Okay.
far apart
syndrome.
eyes like Drake, the fish eyes on opposite sides of his head.
So here's a few of the jokes that people are throwing his way. They're now calling him Cholula Poppy because his name on Instagram's Champagne Poppy. After God Plan singer posted another series of photos on Friday, the actress Brittany Elena took to his comments, writing, "What made you use hot sauce?" along with a laughing emoji. While another one said, "What kind of hot sauce was it, fam?"
I really want to
Diablo.
know that. Drake needs to leverage this into a sponsor deal with the hot
Yep.
sauce company.
Especially Cholula, because then he can just change his name.
Oh, Cholula is so good too. That's the best. I literally have some right here. 'Cause
Oh
I
my
was-
god.
My
I was
God.
eating
Wait.
tacos earlier.
Wait, what the fuck?
Did you use that on some condoms?
Hey, he
Smith?
didn't even
Yeah,
reach off
like-
screen or nothing. He
Yeah.
just came straight
I
up
was-
with it. He
I
was like,
was
I literally
eating
have some right
tacos.
here. What the fuck, man? He said Cholula's so good, I literally have some right here. Just had some in his hand.
Is that your plan B?
What the fuck?
That
Why
is
Yeah,
did he have
apparently
enough
it
for
works.
him?
me. I
He's
use
just
it
mad
as
that Drake leaked
lubricant
the
too,
trick.
which is why it's by the bedside.
That was so random. Look at the chat.
We're
What the
stimulation confirmed.
fuck?
What the fuck?
Bro, yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry. That
even
threw me
remember
off so hard that you just
I'm
popped out
done,
with that
like, yeah.
Cholula like that. You didn't even have to reach anywhere. You
Yeah,
just
I was literally
Did you
eating
do that like a
tacos
minute
before
ago
the
when you were
stream.
waiting for the reintroduction? You totally set that up a minute ago and reached over here, and I didn't notice because he said arms all half visible. He's like, "Oh, I love Cholula. I have some right here."
It was too smooth.
Yeah, I know. Damn, dude. Yeah, that was fucking random, man. I got to give you props there, Myth.
It's just the best hot sauce. I keep it, gotta keep it stacked.
You don't have any kids, do you, Myth?
No.
Cholula confirmed. Cholula
Exactly.
confirmed. I'm just
there
saying.
we go. It works, guys.
Why you think he keeps it right there,
Pushing
man?
Cholula as the next birth control.
Yeah, we gotta hit
Now
them
I'm looking
up
around
for a
my desk
sponsorship.
for a party trick and I don't have one.
I also did pull out a Harry Potter fucking one, so I guess I can't talk. Verlis has a good point. He makes a very good point. I did just kind of randomly pull out a wand.
So also, we'll bring this back to the fucking guest. You got to catch them all. Look, it's right on his hat. Imagine
That's a
how many
sick
other
hat.
hot sauces she found.
Oh, so that was a dad joke.
Yep,
Yeah,
it
it's a little
was.
forced.
I liked it, but it was a dad joke.
It was.
I liked it because I'm a dad, probably. But
Exactly. So what motivates you guys to work out or stay fit?
Bro, I've got that fucking SpongeBob arm.
I
But-
we got the
recently-
before
But
anchor
you
arms.
don't weigh 500 pounds, which is all an improvement. We don't look like wings here.
Ooh, shots fired.
I think you just well, I was gonna say you gotta stay just fit enough to get women, but Wings still pulls women, so I don't know.
Money
See,
talk.
that's shot fired.
That shots fired. Damn.
That's shots fired.
That shots fired at women in general, more so than even him.
Oh God.
No, I guess I'd rather be too skinny. And also, I've been putting on a little bit of weight in the last like 2 months, and people seem to be under the impression that I'm prison cut or something like that. They think that I'm. When I was
Just
playing
from,
guitar
like,
on stream
starving
the other day, they
yourself?
were like, "Bro, you're looking swole, man. You've been working out, huh?" And I'm like, "Nope, that's pizza. Nope, that's a ramen noodle on top of a pizza, followed up with some Pop Tarts, is what that is." And my shirt looks a little too tight, and it's not muscle. I'm faking it.
So I
100%.
think a big way of like just not completely gorging myself all the time is just how it makes you feel. Like when you eat well and like, you're not just overeating all the time, you feel better than if you're eating like fast food all the time, which
Dog, I'm
I've been
29, I got
binging this
heartburn
week
now.
on like
I'm
shitty
29
food,
ago.
but I can feel the difference other than just like, what I normally eat, which is decently healthy.
Myth, you ever had heartburn?
Yeah, a couple times. Not
I didn't
not
get it
too
until I was like
often.
24 or 25. So I
Yeah,
was hoping that you had dodged it, being
now
younger.
if I eat like a lot of things with like something that's very acidic, I'll get it.
If I
but
eat
that-
shit with high fructose corn syrup in it, like if I get the munchies and eat like 5 fudge rounds or something like that, then my ass is gonna be having heartburn later on. And I remember when I was locked up, I was talking to my homie about it. My boy, damn, I don't even remember his name anymore. I think we called him Little Willie, but he was talking to me, and he was like 32 years old, man, and he'd been doing drugs his whole life and stuff like that. He's in the joint. He was like, "Oh man, I got heartburn," and I was cracking up. I was like 22. I was like, "You got fucking heartburn? What are you, like 30? And you're bitching about heartburn? You got heartburn?" That's crazy, man. You're too young for all that. Now I'm 29 and like 3 times a week. I'm like, where's the fucking Pepto, man? Oh, where's the Pepto? I ate some fucking pizza last night. I need the damn Pepto, bro.
I've never had it like super bad or anything. Just like mildly irritating, I suppose. But
Yeah, I never get
I've
that.
heard it gets pretty bad.
If overindulge, it gets bad, man. It'll be like it's pretty much like, how when you're on the verge of throwing up in the back of your throat, it'll be like that just constantly.
Yeah.
Especially when you go to lay down and take a nap to try and sleep it off. And then it's like, hey, what up? We're trying to come out and see the light again. Hey, remember us?
Yeah, I heard laying down's not good for that.
No, laying down doesn't help very much at all. Oh, by the way, guys, I just downloaded GTA 5.
Ooh, exciting.
First time ever playing it.
Nice.
I did
I'll
2 story modes and got to the part where I can run around and wreck shit, and I'm going to spend a little while running around wrecking shit.
Are you going to play it on stream?
Probably will end up playing it on stream at some point, yeah. I'm just
I'll
running around
tweet
getting
out
familiar
notes.
with it now. I haven't played anything with a controller in 10 years,
I'm waiting to get you streaming Minecraft again. I gotta come hunt you down, Josh. I'm coming for you.
Bro, leave me alone. I'm a noob. Let me get my damn feet in this damn game a little bit before I get hunted down.
I'm starting a war.
I'm out here working with a sugarcane farm and some villagers, man. Give me a break. I'm trying.
You gotta get Zach. You've been on way longer than me. I've just been grinding. I mean, I've full enchanted netherite. I'm coming for you, but you gotta get Zach on your team so you have more protection.
Well, I've got an elytra now, thankfully, so I need to learn how to make a creeper farm. But Verlis, you happen to play Minecraft by chance?
Love Minecraft.
Well, we've got an SMP if you want to join, but for the love of God, you got to be in the Josh army, okay?
I was in your chat when we were talking about that, but unfortunately, you caught me in like a modded phase. I'm doing a single player modded on all the mod 7 right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I love making machines and doing like deep tech trees and all kinds of absurd stuff.
That's one of my goals for the near future is to start working on making redstone and farms and stuff like that. I barely got like a sugarcane farm off the ground right now. I'm happy with it. It's a start.
Oh, dude, I love making like vanilla farms because it's like, oh, you shouldn't be able to automate this, and then you do.
That's something I'm really finding that I love about the game. I'm new to it, man. I've only been playing for a few months, but the creativity behind it and the openness of it is just incredible. How sandbox it really is stunning. And that's why I haven't really tried out mods yet. I still got a lot of things I want to learn and get familiar with vanilla first before I get, bored with it. I understand most people have been playing it 10 years plus, but I've only been playing it 5-6 months or so.
I'm trying to think about like what is the best introductory mod pack, because you don't want to do a modern mod pack in my opinion, because like all the broken shit has been nerfed. But you used to be able to make like some crazy industrial craft machines and old thermal expansion. Like it used to be a lot more overpowered, and it seems like they're making it more not even balanced. Like it's just modern mod packs are weird. They're not as fun.
They're not trying to be as outrageous.
So you need to go back to like 1.14, maybe even
those kind of mod packs.
1.12. Yeah.
Now they're
FTB
trying to make it a little too
Ultimate.
standard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
FTB Ultimate had some really broken shit. Like I made a dimension that was just liquid uranium, and I was putting it into a reactor and getting infinite energy. So the reactor was
shit.
running the dimension that was then pumping the uranium out into the reactor and then fueling everything else. And I was like, it's broken, but there was nothing more satisfying than when you actually like complete a tree like that, where it's like, I did this. I am God. And then your journey only begins, because it takes another 5 of those to run a diamond dimension. Like the entire dimension is just diamond blocks.
Sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, mods can get super fun.
I'm apparently about to have experienced veterans hunting down a little innocent sweet noob. It's over here all happy because he made his first bubble elevator. Amit's out here like, I'm gonna hunt you down.
Hey, I'm creating a lore
welcome
for
to
the
Minecraft.
server, so we can eventually come together through our tough battles and beefs,
and start a war against ZACS.
Exactly.
And then kill everybody else on the server.
The ZAC
How-
pack.
How is Minecraft PvP now? Because I haven't done like a serious like PvP server or anything since they introduced shields.
Yeah, people have
No
gotten
clue.
used to like the crit counter or
Mm.
whatever you call it, but yeah, they're not going back to like old school ever where you can just like swing and swing.
Yeah, but that felt better. Like right now, it just seems like block, netherite,
People
it just doesn't
have
seem as good.
like learned it and gone around. If you play on like servers like what's it called, Hypixel, they're gonna be using the old PvP system. They just counteract it with plugins. But, like yeah, the vanilla Minecraft is not gonna change the PvP system, and it's slow and a little bit annoying now, but it can be fun too.
I'm
Add
sure
in
we'll end up
PvP.
building an arena somewhere. I was like 20,000 blocks odd or 35,000 or something odd from a stronghold. So I ended up just flying there. I'll be honest, I used my OP for evil this one
Yeah, I
time.
think
But
that's
once
okay.
I got there, I actually did path my way through to the in cities and to the ship and everything. But I did fly to a stronghold because I did not realize when I went out to make my base out there how fucking far I didn't know they stopped repeating on the map after a certain point. So
That's
I'm
fair.
yeeted out there. You know, I had no
Yeah,
clue. I was
yeah.
just thinking like I'll go find an in city or whatever. I got my nether I got my fortress and all that, and I had a treasure bash and all that good shit. I'd get all that square, but I did admittedly fly to the end. But then I just did slash home to get back.
Mhm.
And I found an elytra too, and I was very happy about it. And I got a hell of a lot of shulker boxes
Yeah.
or whatever,
So,
shulker shells.
like you can just build like a normal like fall mob farm for like gunpowder because there's not creeper spawners in the game.
Oh, that's a good point. I had one of those on my first ever world that I made that I used to stream on.
Yeah, and you can
that's
just
a good
make it
point.
like
the big
4
tall,
levels.
big tall.
Yeah, and it has like a box
TUI
with the water that just funnels
Mhm.
them in.
I didn't
Yeah.
think about that. That's an excellent idea, actually.
Yeah, that's.
I
what
never did a water funnel one. I always did like trap doors with like the holes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
but there's water at the bottom
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
to push them into the center hole. But yeah, then the rest are trapped.
Yeah, I'll be getting other mobs with it, but that's still a good idea. One of my dreams is
yeah.
to make a guardian farm, by the
Especially
way.
if you have loot
That-
already.
That's beyond me. The Guardian farm, that's
It's one of my dreams. I don't know if I'm going to get there, but it's a dream.
Mhm.
I saw SB737s, and it was the most glorious thing. 155,000 XP an hour or something like that.
Yeah,
Outrageous.
it's pretty crazy. The Enderman
Yeah.
farm we have is already pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's sufficient enough. I don't really want to do it for XP. I just want to do it because I feel like I have big Minecraft balls. If I actually make a guardian farm, it'll just be a flex for myself, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even feel that good about getting that was my first ever time finding an elytra and finding my own end ship and all that. And it didn't feel that good because I flew to the stronghold.
Yep.
I was pissed. I still dug down natural into the stronghold and everything, dude. But just the fact that I flew there, I was like, man, this doesn't feel as good as it would have if I would have just fucking, damn, I went too far out for my base because I was scared. I was like, one day somebody's going to join. I'm going to be the co-host.
One
and
day Myth is
my other
gonna be
co-host
there.
is going to join and he's going to be hunting me. And I better go way the fuck out of the way. And the only guy that I invited out to my area hasn't played. And the other guy that I would invite
Fine.
is already at your place. So thanks.
Marcy.
Cassidy.
Oh, that's okay.
Marcy.
So you have $100 on your head, my friend. I got offered to join your army and get your coordinates and give them to Myth for $100.
Great. Now I can't trust
Now you
anybody.
can't trust
Everybody's going to
Zach.
turn on me.
I wasn't gonna play anyway. It's okay.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me know of the plot at least. I'll keep on my toes in the future. Cassidy. He already
So-
said Kappa.
Obviously, you might have a prison story for this too. What idiotic game did you and your friends play growing up?
How the hell would I have a prison story for that? Like spades or something?
No, I don't know what the fuck goes on in prison. I would be fucking bored and I'd be fucking with people. That's
Okay,
exactly what I would be doing.
I have the best party game. If you just have like a deck of cards and you need something to fucking do to pass the time, this is what me and my friends always played growing up. It's called Screw Your Neighbor. And basically,
I thought we fucked our neighbors.
Fuck the neighbors. Right.
you just have a deck of cards and everyone gets dealt one card and you go around clockwise and you ask pass or keep and they can keep their card, or they can pass it to the next person, which is screwing your neighbor because you switch cards with them. And you go all the way around, and the last person trades with the deck because obviously you got to stop somewhere. But then everyone flips, and whoever has the lowest card loses a life, and you start with 3 lives each. And it's super easy to pick up, and it can be really fun if you're playing with a fun group of people. Screw your neighbor.
I had not heard of that actually.
So my favorite thing to do was the whole circle trick where you get to punch people because they looked at a circle and you make them look at your balls.
That's a game.
That was a game.
You never
wasn't
played
it?
that,
I guess
Josh?
it's a game.
I'm trying to like
Yeah, I
go
guess
back
it's a
and
game.
think now. I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, I was
I know,
thinking
like-
more like what Myth said when I heard game. I wasn't thinking of like the look below my belt line.
Yeah,
Ha-ha,
look at my
gay,
balls,
punch you in the
bitch.
arm
Punch you.
game.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone
that's
played circle
the
game
greatest
though.
fucking game.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, this wasn't much of a game as it was just us being assholes, but we would just randomly sack tap each other.
Yeah.
Just not even
Kind of a
for
game,
anything.
kind
Did
of
you
a
guys
game.
ever?
We
Play-
didn't gamify it though.
So my mom fucking, when I started baseball, she's like, well, you got to be careful, Zach. They're going to cup check you your first day. And I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Did you have
Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Panic.
So she hands me this athletic cup, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like 11 years old. I'm like, I don't know. So at like 16, I learned what the fuck a cup check was. And she told me at fucking 11 years old for fucking Little League, they were going to run around with a metal baseball bat and hit people in the fucking balls.
They
That's what they did when I got older in baseball, but not like that. Yeah.
Not at 11 years old.
Yeah.
Like, holy fucking shit. If any fucking dude fucking hit my kid in the nuts with a fucking aluminum baseball bat, at
11
fucking
years
8
old,
to 10
just a
years
little
old,
too young to be nut checking. just
I would
cup
be
checking.
I would be in jail.
In high school, they do that. They definitely do that in high school.
I don't even
and,
understand
Football-
why it's such a big deal. Like, if you fucking don't wear a cup, that's your own fucking problem.
football, you'll just get paired up and have to kick each other in the nuts.
Just to pump each other up or something.
No, it's a cup check. You gotta make sure everyone's wearing their cup, you know. And if they're not wearing the cup, they admit to it because then they don't have to
not
get
getting
kicked
hit.
in
They
the
don't wanna
nuts
get
without a
kicked.
cup.
I don't
So I
know the
want to go back to
rituals.
the sack tapping story real quick.
Yep.
Because it was mostly just one friend that was like the weirdo in the group who would just like go around, just be like boom, and just randomly just punch people in the nuts. And he was also kind of like the more built one out of us, who we were too afraid to retaliate most of the time. One time he pissed me off. I was asleep in my room, in my bed. He came over to hang out with my brother, and he wakes me up by just drilling me in the nuts. And the craziest thing is, I was like, in the middle of a dream, dead sleep, just knocked out, midday nap. And I can't explain the feeling of waking up to just a hard nut shot where everything was like delayed by like 5 seconds. I was just like, the fuck was... Like,
Yep.
it was just like, it just took so long to process. Well, I got my revenge on him. So he always wore like gym shorts and shit. And he was like around, and I was like playing RuneScape. I was like, yo man, come over here, see this thing. Cause he was also interested in RuneScape. And he was like kind of leaning over the computer. He was actually on my left side because I'm right-handed. So like he was leaning over, and I just went boom. And I hit his nuts so hard, I felt them bounce off of my fist into the back of his shorts and then back into my fist. I went,
Hell yeah. Dangler.
Yeah.
That is
dangler. I
Called a
felt that.
dangler.
Yeah.
Does he have problems with that today? Has he tried to conceive?
He actually got an unwanted pregnancy, and now he has.
Okay. So you didn't.
However-
Because you knocked them back into, you supercharged them.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Knocked them
Something
loose in
happened
there. They were
But
like,
he stopped fucking with me, and long story short, this is why I take lock and load to make up for potentially lost production.
makes sense.
Hey, lock and load commercial.
So my sister thought it was hilarious to fucking kick me in the balls whenever the fuck she felt like it. So in this apartment, it was like the living room was the center of everything, and then everybody's bedrooms came off of it. So I was walking behind the couch to her room to go play GameCube with her, and we had a babysitter at the time. This babysitter was dumb as a fucking stump, and she was like our neighbor, but like coked out of her mind and fucking retarded. And My sister runs up and just fucking drop kicks me as I fucking cross through the fucking door. And I drop. I'm like, there was no holding it back. It fucking happened. I was like 12 years old.
Ugh.
And the fucking babysitter walks up to me. She's like, Zach, are you okay? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't think it works anymore.
You need some blue chew.
She's like, well, what would your mom do in this situation? Put her in timeout for like an hour or something. Like, she's like, okay, Katie, go to timeout for an hour. I was like, wait, what? It was that easy? Now I don't have to deal with my sister for a fucking hour? She's in timeout for an hour? That was fucking nice.
Worth the ball pain.
Only getting an hour of that though? Like that must have been rough if you're like, an hour? I have an hour.
I think we just proved the theory right, that if you get kicked in the balls, it supercharges your sperm though, because Zach went on to have 3 kids.
Yep.
Exactly.
See this, guys? We're noticing a trend here.
Oh shit,
Gotta
that
be
means I
careful.
need to be more careful.
Exactly. I didn't become Hot Load Zach for nothing.
So don't get kicked in the balls, kids. You'll get hot loads.
And Zach, which is even worse.
Oh, dude, it could be so much worse. I thought I was infertile. I thought it was never going to happen.
I was gonna ask, was this a thing when you guys were in school, the penis game?
Yeah, where you say it louder than the last person.
Yeah.
I was like, where are we going with this? Was this going to be one of those childhood stories where everyone else in the room goes, nah?
Nah?
Do we
I
have
was
to wash
waiting
our
for it.
hands to play this game? That was a weird fucking question. Remember that on TED?
Nah, penis
yeah,
game.
Yeah, penis game is
All
where
you need
somebody
is
yells
one weirdo
penis.
friend that doesn't care though, that just always goes,
Oh,
penis! And then it's like,
Yeah.
well, you can't play the
Game's
game.
ruined. Yeah, it's over now.
That
Thanks
was
for
me.
time
That
or
was-
whatever.
That was me with the balls that just didn't.
Yeah, I can get
fucking
pretty
go.
loud, so I was oftentimes the winner of the penis game.
That was often a quite stupid game.
It was a pretty dumb game.
Walking through the hallway in a fucking mass of people behind somebody who's 500 pounds and can't walk through the hallway correctly. You know, nobody knows who the fuck said it.
Penis.
Well, unless you're the person that like wants to be known as the guy that says it.
Which
So-
hopefully you don't want to be that guy. I don't think there's any circumstance or any situation where I ever want to be known as the penis guy. You know, I kind of already am. Nah, Zach, you are.
You know
What
that
were you about to say?
What guy? Oh, the penis guy. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, Zach.
I kind of already am the penis guy now.
Leave it to me.
Inadvertently.
I don't even understand why they came up with Hot Load Zach.
Because you got 17 kids? No, I'm just playing. Well, you got 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 11 kids by the time you were 22 or something like
Woody
that?
was like, well, you got 3 kids and you're like 17, right? I was like, do I look 17?
He was like, hell no.
He's like, yeah, you look like 17, 22, something like that. You got like 3
22.
kids. I was like, dude, I'm fucking 27.
Hey, if we ever start a production company, it needs to be 1722, something like that. That'd be the best name ever. It's brought to you by 1722,
I'll get the
something
LLC
like
started now.
that. Going public as a company with that one. 1722, something like that.
Exactly. Have a management company, have a production company. We'll be good.
And so that's why they call you Hot Loads Zach, right?
Well, they told me that bad choices, Zach, and it wasn't retard Zach. What the fuck was it? It was something similar to that. Like insulting my intelligence was not a good choice. So they're like, Hot Load Zach by far is the best choice. And I was like, okay, I guess.
I didn't
guess
know
I can
that.
believe
I didn't
that.
know that name was picked on PKA or because of PKA.
It was.
I thought that was something you just had before and continued to go by.
No, I completely just phoned in everything as soon as they started calling me Hot Load Zach, because I was like, if they're going to be saying Hot Load all the time, that needs to be the branding that I go by, because
Run with it. Fuck it.
exactly.
It's a good name.
Lock and Hot Load Zach. See, it fits right in.
It could be 10 times worse. It could be 10 times worse.
My internet nickname is very self-explanatory.
Indeed.
The RuneScape Felon. Somewhat speaks for itself, even though I did it being kind of sarcastic.
You said that a lot more like intense than what happens. Like, I'm the RuneScape felon. It's like, holy shit, this guy killed a man over RuneScape.
He's that like that.
Guy
Like that
said
Syria
turning
kid
armor.
that got murdered.
Guy said trimming armor, logged off.
Ganked somebody,
jail.
DDS spec'd him in the wildy, and fucking logged out. Got raided by the feds.
Josh,
And obviously, we know Myth's nickname is Myth because he's a myth.
you should fuck with people and start telling people that you had a competitive RuneScape game going and just rip off that dude that swatted somebody. And just be like, yeah, that's why I'm the RuneScape felon. I swatted somebody after he killed me in RuneScape. It was a competitive match, and I owed him $50.
No, I don't ever
I
want to
just
be
swatted him
portrayed
and
as
said,
being
"Fuck
on
it."
the other
That's
side of the
worse.
fence. Oh no, I don't want to be the one that sicked it on somebody. Oh god, it's bad enough being the one that received it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that dude has any idea that I actually got arrested and all that shit. I don't think I'm legally
You've
allowed to
heard of
contact
that
him.
case though, right? That he swatted somebody and the police ended up shooting him.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that
Yeah,
one where the
yeah.
guy died.
That was a
was
Call of
really
Is
Duty
that dude
robbery.
going to prison?
Yes, he went to prison. I think
Then
it
the
was
guy
Wins,
that
and he's
died
out.
wasn't the guy that got swatted though, and that's why. Like they went to the wrong place.
Yeah,
or he had
yeah.
the wrong
They
address.
literally went to the wrong place. They didn't even swat
Oh,
the
damn.
right house. It was somebody random that ended up.
Damn, that's
apparently,
crazier.
Unfortunately, paying the price.
Swatistic is in LA jail, and he has received.
His name is
Swatis.
He could face up to 11 years and 3 months in prison for involuntary manslaughter.
He's gonna do less time than me. I swear to God.
Hopefully.
I 1,000,000% guarantee you he's probably going to do maybe if he's unlucky half as much time as I did. I guarantee it. He's going to do 3 or less. He's going to do some fucking standing on your head type of time, some 20-minute type bullshit. They're going to give him 2 years and some paper. Watch.
I'm
Somebody
trying to find out
died.
exactly what
What a
happened.
world.
He was sentenced 20 years.
That's what he got sentenced to was 20?
20 years.
How did the other thing say he was facing up to 11? He must have called a different charge, or they ran him consecutive, I mean.
He agreed. He got charged with 51 charges.
Okay, good. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now
I
we're
love
talking.
that smile. You're like, yes,
That's
there we
more
go.
like it. There we go. Sometimes somebody's got to fucking deserve it, right? Shit.
Tyler Barris of Los Angeles pleaded guilty in November to a total of 51 charges stemming from phony emergency calls he made, including one count of false report resulting in a death. He admitted to years of swatting, the act of falsely reporting serious crime with aim of drawing mass police response to the home of an unsuspecting target. He agreed to serve 20 to 25 years in federal prison as a part of a plea agreement.
Dude's doing a dub, bro. Oh my god.
Barris called in a false report to Kansas police in the behest of 2 gamers, Casey Viner, 18, and Shane Gaskill of 25. Authorities said Viner asked Barris to make a call in an act of retaliation against Gaskill after a game of Call of Duty ended badly.
Bro,
Thanks.
as somebody who has now been a Twitch streamer for 5 days ago was 2 years, I can say that I got in after it was the fucking Wild West, because shit used to be buck wild whenever I was locked up and it was first coming to power, like coming to its rise. I've seen videos about where it's shit that I'm shocked because I got into Twitch 2 years ago, like I said, with all the rules, you know, and the wholesomeness aspect and the bans and I look back at this stuff and they were going nuts back in the Ice Poseidon era and stuff like that. Or I guess I'm not supposed to say the name, but
this dude's fucking retarded. He was sentenced to 5 years of supervised release for charges in Washington, D.C., making fake bomb threats to the FBI headquarters.
Oh.
I know what he got charged with: transmitting an interstate and foreign commerce threats to destroy buildings by means of fire and explosives in violation of 875C.
So the judge sentenced Barris to 150 months for the Kansas charges and 90 months for the California charges, both to run consecutively.
That consecutive dough. You don't ever want to hear that. In case there's any viewers at home that don't know the difference between getting sentenced consecutively and concurrently, you can get sentenced to 10 years for 5 different counts. That's 50 years if they do it consecutive, meaning you got to serve the time one after the other, obviously, like the meeting of the word consecutive. Concurrent means you're serving it all at once. So if you get 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, but they run it concurrent, then you're only going to do 10 years. But if they run it consecutive, then it's back to back to back. So when you hear that consecutive, also known as running wild, is the prison slang for it. That's the words that make the shiver go up your spine. That's some shit that'll turn, it could have been a 5-year sentence, and instead you're doing like 28 because it all added up.
And this dude looks like a tweaker. Like,
Why am I not surprised?
He's gonna get stabbed. Yeah, he looks like he's gonna get stabbed in jail.
Self-explanatory. He looks like he's a pincushion now.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Typical. Good luck in there. He's gonna be regarded as the piece of shit he is. I wonder what security level he's gonna go to. Because if they send him to a pen, he's in big trouble. They send him to high security. He's boy. They're gonna spit roast his ass. I'm so glad I didn't go to a damn penitentiary, man. I probably wouldn't have made it. They'd have dumped my guts on the floor for looking like Harry Potter or some shit. I don't know.
Looking like Harry Potter.
I don't know what they do with them high securities, but I'm glad I didn't go to them. Hopefully he don't go there either. If he's doing a 20-piece, he's probably going to a high security, man. That dude's in big trouble. I think you can go the other way. You can go from prison to Twitch, but from Twitch to prison is probably a little bit of a harder transition. You know what I'm saying? The other way around is probably a little tougher.
Convicted swatter and sentenced in deadly Wichita sentencing. I cannot find exactly where he was placed.
What's his name?
Tyler Barris.
And was it federal?
Yes.
Josh, like, I know this shit.
No way to go. Hang on. First name is how's it spelled now?
Tyler Barris.
Okay.
Barriss.
Barriss.
Yep.
Barris. Okay. Where's he from?
California.
He's 29 years old.
About.
Release date 14/20/35. Yep, that'll probably be him right there. He is located at Federal Correctional Institute of Phoenix, Arizona. He's at a medium.
Wow.
He's at the same security level I was at, FCI.
Wonder if that's the place that they did 60 days in at.
They did him in a federal prison?
I don't think they ever did federal, did they? Or
I thought they just did jails, not prison. Honestly, don't know though.
Was the 5th season of 60 days in. Oh, it was Pinal County, not federal. And it was in Florence, Arizona. I just knew it was in Arizona. I was trying to figure out exactly what.
Same thing.
Because there's only one prison in Arizona.
Exactly, man. What are you talking about?
Some states really do only have one.
They only need to detain Florida man, so he's the sole inmate. Just Florida man.
We actually have one of them coming on in the next coming month.
We do have a Florida man.
Sick.
We have a 60 days in boy coming on. That should be an interesting episode for Josh.
Especially considering that I just got permission. Well, not necessarily permission, but the blessing from Lockdown 23-1 to do what everybody's been asking me, react to 60 days in. I wanted to talk to Lockdown 23-1 about it because he's been doing that on his channel forever, and he featured me on his channel, and I just didn't want to seem like I was biting him, And considering that we've both been to the Hoos Gal, we have a different view of respect, and I know that he probably would have thought I was being, a bit of a dick if I just started doing the same content he does without mentioning it to him. But I was like, hey, man, people ask me about it. I just wanted to holler at you. No disrespect. I love it how you do it. I'll watch your version of it, but they're asking if I'll do it. Is it cool with you? And he was like, bro, get at it, man. Get that bag. I can't wait to see what you do.
So have you seen it all yet, Josh? Are you still watching it?
I've mostly only seen his content, his reacting to it. That's what I've seen more of. And I don't really remember that much about it. I remember the guys that Zach knows. I'm pointing the wrong fucking way. The guys that Zach knows.
Okay.
I had to invert that shit. The black dude that was the most convincing that I've ever seen in my entire life, and then the white dude that was the sussest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's who we're getting on is Tony.
Is that the white dude or the black dude?
The black dude.
That dude was
the guy that was running the shop and stuff.
Yep.
He must have worked in prisons or something. He had to have been a cop or a corrections officer or something because he was just too good.
Yep, we have Tony coming on. Let's see when that is, and we'll get everybody
be a good
hyped up for it. Yeah, it should be an interesting episode. Let's see when this Google Calendar is. I think it's like. Okay, so we are. This is the wrong account. I'm retarded. Where the fuck they go?
You thinking about? Are you gonna do like a live stream where you watch it, or are you thinking about just doing like recap videos on it? Or
Probably just react, I guess. People just want my opinions on how things run in there and what I think about the realism and realisticness of it. You know, like for everything that I've ever seen, it looked like it was totally real as far as I was concerned. I never saw anything that I had reason to doubt. From the language, the lingo, the walks, and everything looked 100% authentic as far as I was concerned.
So he's coming on February 6th.
Word.
So
Can't wait.
that'll be an interesting episode because he's an interesting individual. I gotta catch up and watch that season because that's the only season I haven't seen.
is that season 5?
Season 6.
Season 6. Okay, I need to rewatch that if I haven't seen it, or if I haven't seen it in a while. I got on the 90 Days in kick when I found PKA because I was watching a lot of those clips where they were talking about it.
Yeah. So, boys, this is going to be the end of the episode. Thank you to Toner for coming and hanging out and sponsoring the episode. I got to record a fucking 60-minute bumper, 60-second bumper for this fucking show. And thank you for Verlisify for coming and hanging out again. I know you wanted to come hang out with Josh.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I missed the first time that you came on. I know that's the episode where you kind of go more into first time somebody's a guest, you know, you go more into detail about what they do and why and all that stuff. And the second time is more of a bro thing. So at least I got to just catch up with you and shoot the shit, man.
It was cool to bro out with you. I'm like, oh yeah, Josh is cool.
Absolutely.
See how we talk.
Hope you come on again soon, dude.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. It was a fucking blast. Thank you for coming on.
I'm always down.
Thank you, Myth, for getting all the background shit done. You're fucking killing it.
Thank you to the viewers watching at home.
Make sure to
check
out the Patreon. Check out the fucking TikTok. Check out Josh's streams. Check out Verlis's YouTube channel. We'll see you fucking later. And peace out.
Peace out.